Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Hanze237. Thank you for joining me. So today I am here to talk to us about the expectations and reality of marriage. Yes, it is true that most of us, before getting into marriage, we have our expectations, and these expectations are mainly from other people's experiences or probably from advices that we get during our marriage counseling. So we set aside some expectations, and then we realize that when we get into the marriage and our expectations are not met, it becomes a problem. And first, what is marriage? Marriage is an institution, a union, or a sacrament between a man and a woman, and both of them must come together, must have a mutual understanding to embark on this journey of marriage. So that is what marriage is about. So I am here to list some of those expectations that some people have before getting married and the reality of marriage. Now I'm talking based on my own personal experience and some other people's experience that I have been able to sample.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
The first one is the expectation people have is marriage is the solution to loneliness, but the reality is marriage is not the solution to loneliness. Why do you go into marriage with the expectation that marriage is the solution to loneliness? This is because maybe you have attained a certain age and you are not yet married, and due to the societal pressure or pressure from your family, you think you are set to go into marriage without even thinking about who is coming to propose to you. And some people, they go into marriage because, oh, they have a set of 5 friends and 4 of them are married and she's the only one standing, and they're like, oh, you do not belong to a league of friends anymore, or you are not good enough, you're not beautiful enough. And she says, okay, I'm going to accept any Jik and Jill that comes to me to propose. But that's not the only thing you should consider before getting married. Before getting married, you should be ready physically, psychologically, and emotionally before getting married. The second point is equal partners. That's the expectation before getting married. Oh, my husband and I, or my wife and I are going to be equal partners. But this is mostly for women. Oh, we are equal partners. And then when you get into the marriage, you realize that you are not equal partners. The husband is the head, and you, the wife, you are a support system to your husband. That means there are certain decisions that your husband is going to take without informing you. Maybe he will take it spontaneously and then later on tell you that, oh, wifey, I did this and this. And you start like, why didn't you tell me? No, he mustn't run everything by you. That's what makes him a man. 2 people cannot be captains on the same boat or ship. One person has to be the head and the other person has to be the support system. That's it. The support system, that's what we fail to know. If you have plans of getting married and you think you're going to be equal partners with your husband, I want to advise that you have an open mind about that. If your husband say, okay, the 2 of you should be equal partners, good and fine, but it's better to be safe than to be sorry in future. The next point is personal goals. Before getting married, you say, oh, these are your personal goals. By this time, by this age, I'm going to fulfill this, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. When you get married, you realize that your personal goals have shifted. For example, myself, before getting married, I said to myself, or I have always been saying to myself, that I'm going to build a school for my father, name it after him. I said I'm going to do this for my mother, I'm going to do this for my sister. There were so many things I could do with money, just decide to send money to people anyhow. But now I'm married, it's different. I have a family of my own. Anything I want to do, I have to run it by my husband. If I want to use money, I have to first of all make sure that I am okay with my family before doing certain things. Does it mean I don't send money to my parents anymore? No. It just means that my priority has changed, and whatever I have planned to do, I must run it by my husband. There are certain things that you even want to do and your husband tells you that no, you cannot do it now, or you will never do it. Do not hold it against him. Whatever he's doing, I think he's trying to the thing is, put your family first. Put your personal goals aside. It is no longer personal, it's no longer I, it is we. How does it affect our family? Whatever you're doing, how does it affect the image of your family? How is your husband okay with it? Is your wife okay with it? If they are both okay, then fine, you can go ahead and do it. The next point is the expectation people have, or most women have. This is about women. The expectation they have is, oh, once I get married, it's just my husband, myself, and my children. But the reality is, it is your husband, yourself, and your children to an extent. Your father and mother-in-law comes in, and same thing for the man. How do they come in? For example, your husband, you might have a misunderstanding with your husband, or a challenge with your husband that is difficult for the both of you to solve. This is where your in-laws come in. You go to them to help you solve it, not just to anyone, your father and your mother-in-law. You go to them to assist you in solving it. You do not go to your father and mother. If you are a man, you go to your wife's parents. If you are a woman, you go to your husband's parents. That way, you want the relationship to be solved. You want it to be fixed. You want it to move forward. But if you go to your parents, every time when your wife does something and you move to your parents to complain about your wife, you are painting a negative picture of your wife. And someday they'll just tell you, okay, divorce her. And same thing goes for the wife. You don't go to your parents every now and then to complain about your husband. Someday they will just tell you, divorce your husband. Or else, why are you complaining every now and then? Try to protect the image of your spouse in front of your family member. Whether your spouse is right or wrong, try to protect their image in front of your family. That's the key. The next thing is the expectation people have of marriage, mostly women. Now I'm talking about young girls because I'm a woman and I sit with women, not mostly with men, to discuss those things. So my talk is mostly about women. When we get married, before we get married, we have this notion or mentality that, oh, my husband's money is my money, is our money. My money is my money. There is nothing like mine when it comes to a relationship, to a marriage. There's nothing like mine. Responsibilities have to be, you guys have to come together and see how you can solve those responsibilities together. Your money is not your money, you woman, and your husband's money is not the both of you. That's selfish. If your husband tells you that keep your money, okay, fine. That is an agreement between the both of you, not you just deciding on your own. The most important thing is agreement. If he says, bring your money, let's share it, you're going to take care of these bills, I'm going to take care of these bills, then you should do that. You should do that. You should not complain about, no, I thought marriage is like this. No. So this brings me to my last point or advice is, we should all, when going into marriage, for those of us that are not married, go in with open mind. If you are married and you're finding this way your expectation and you're having difficulties, I pray you change your mind. Because when you change your mind or you have an open mind, it's going to help your relationship, it's going to help your marriage. Now, the best thing about marriage is communication. Communication, dialogue is the key. Whatever doesn't sit well with you and you are not okay with it, I believe the best thing is for you to call your partner, put him down and say, darling, these are the things that you're doing that I feel is not okay. Is there any way you can change it? Or we can work out something. The both of you should decide. This is where compromise comes in. Most people, they go into marriage with the thought of, oh, it is only me, me, me. It is only my point, my point, my point. Whatever I say stand. And then when you get there, you realize that it is not whatever you say stands. No. You have to be open-minded. You have to tolerate a lot from your spouse. And remember, it is not two perfect people that come together to get married. It is two imperfect people that come together to get married. Always have that at the back of your mind. If you have that at the back of your mind, your relationship is going to work. And the most important thing, put God first before any other thing. If it's above you, go to God in prayers and he's going to change things for you. Well, guys, that is all I had for you guys today on this topic about expectations versus reality of marriage. If you did enjoy this video, please like this video, leave me a comment down below, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you're going to be the first to get it. Thank you. Until next time.